All right, guys. So welcome back. We
Welcome back.
are, yeah, we're here for Gen 4. This is gonna be a doozy for sure.
I'm ready.
I know, I'm as well. So this is the fourth video in this series. We're gonna try to keep it going strong. We hope you guys have been enjoying. Other than that, let's get right into it.
Yeah.
Don't wanna
Let's
wanna
not waste
dilly
any
dally.
more time. This is Gen
No,
4 we're talking
Gen
about. No one
4.
has
Oh my,
time to listen to our dilly dallying.
no dilly dallying.
All right, what do we
I
got
open
here?
I, greatness.
We have a lot of good stuff.
Hmm.
I'm seeing, yeah. Well, one of them is literally God.
And the other
So
one is literally the god.
yeah. I don't really know what you're getting at right. which
Bidoof.
Oh, yes. Yeah. One of them's God and one of them's the God. So,
Yes.
this will definitely be a hard pick. No, but on a serious note, what's
Hmm.
popping out at you?
Staraptor, one of my favorite early bird Pokemon
Yeah.
lines. Not the most like original ones, like as far as like trying to feel
No,
unique, but
but
I think for like
Brave Bird changed
mhm,
everything.
yeah, I think just being a normal flying type is probably one of the most interesting ones there are.
That's
Um,
true because it gets that extra stab on any normal type moves.
mhm.
Doesn't
And
it learn
then
extreme speed or no?
I don't know off the top of my head.
I know it learns
I don't
close
know.
combat.
I know it does as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, let me see. What else do we have here? Obviously, Bidoof is just a goof.
Well, a
It's a
little
meme pick for sure.
goofball.
Yeah. Bunary and Lopunny are the other spectrum of memes. Uh,
Yep.
then Perugly is Perugly.
They very well,
Disgusting.
like, that was the best thing they could have come up with because I'm sure it purrs and it is ugly. Don't want to
Hmm.
look at that no mo.
No. Chatop is kind of cool. I don't know if you know this, but they came out, I think you could like record like the noise that Chatop made. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah. So that
Hmm.
was really cool. Um, Munchlax, Licky Licky,
Licky licky.
Porygon,
Ugh.
Porygon Z, right?
Porygon Z. Yep.
Uh,
Which,
Regigigas.
personally, I was always more of a fan of Porygon 2.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but Z is alright, I guess.
It's pretty cool.
Regigigas. What was the gimmick with him? There's something, right?
He has slow start,
Slow
so
start. Yeah.
yeah, I think his like I forget how it works. It kind of works like Truant, but he also like loses like a lot of his stats as well. Like it's a basically I think it's a worse version of Truant,
I don't.
which is
So wait. So he attacked. I don't remember him attacking every other turn though.
oh,
I don't
then
think.
maybe it's
Maybe I'm
his
wrong.
stats are halved. I
I think they're
forget.
halved. I think that
Yeah,
sounds
prob
familiar.
let me double check. While
Yeah.
I'm looking this up, you talk about what your top picks are, okay?
Okay. For me, Ambipom. For some reason, like when I did competitive battling here and there, I actually had an Ambipom that I would use for just that normal, basic normal stab. I just really
Mhm.
liked him. Really, that's more so than like how good he is of a Pokemon. Um, Munchlax, not a big fan. I love Snorlax, but Munchlax, not really.
Mhm.
Lickilicky, hate it. I like
Mhm.
Lickitung, but Lickilicky is disgusting, and I want it off my screen in the next 5 minutes. Um, Regigigas, I think the design is amazing, but slow start really like I don't know. I just don't vibe with it that much. Um,
Yeah.
for me, like Staraptor. So for me, it would be between obviously Arceus and Staraptor because
Mhm.
Staraptor, um, I think, because this is Gen 4 we're talking about. So the
Yeah,
three gens prior, I think Staraptor is like the best bird. Like,
by far out of the last
by
three.
far, yeah. So I think that's an accolade in itself. Obviously,
Mhm.
Arceus is the god of all Pokemon. Obviously, that's something.
Yeah.
Um, but I will say, Arceus's design, I mean, it's cool, but
Mhm.
for it to be the god of all Pokemon, you think it would look a little more menacing or a little different.
Yeah.
Um,
Have you ever seen the beta sprite for what Arceus was supposed to look like
I don't think
originally?
so.
It's really really cool. I will I will send that to you really quick. But basically, I did look up slow start. What it does is it halves attack and speed for the first five
Attack and
turns. So
speed.
yeah,
Okay.
so I was getting it mixed up, but I knew it halved something,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, so it's pretty bad. I mean, Regigigas is like a monster if he didn't have that for
What's
sure,
his
though.
base attack?
It's something crazy.
Like
Um,
probably pushing 200, right?
Regigigas stats.
Because I'm trying to think. How do you do the math on base power at level 100? What's the math on that?
Honestly, I don't know. He has 160 attack.
Okay.
So it looks like, yeah, it looks like the max attack he can get is like without any items or anything else is about
Mm-hmm.
460.
That's still nuts though.
Yeah.
Imagine Reggie because he's normal, right?
Yeah. So
Imagine.
he had return. So like
Oh
Regigigas
gosh.
stab return is just dead.
What's the base power on facade when you're like have a status effect?
I believe it's 140.
And what is it? Did you say on return with max companionship?
I think return is also here. I have the move right here. Yeah. So facade is 140.
Mm-hmm.
Where is
Which is
return?
nuts.
Yeah, it really is. Why can't I find return?
Return.
Actually, I don't know if he learns return. Maybe not
Uh-uh.
in the updated. Maybe not in the updated.
Yeah,
Like
maybe
this is
they
probably the
changed it.
yeah.
Well, I mean, he's a cool Pokemon. I think there's a time and place for him, but to,
Yeah.
to me, it's definitely Staraptor and Arceus, and I think I would actually lean towards Staraptor for the
I
reasons mentioned.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Like Arceus was always like but I don't think you could get him until Brilliant Diamond or
You couldn't. He was
right.
in Gen 4, but you could only cheat to get him or like one of those events, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember using the action replay to get him on DS.
hmm
But I don't know. I mean, what are you thinking?
I it's rough because I do like Arceus a lot. I think he's super cool. But Staraptor is definitely probably deserving of it.
I
Like,
think Staraptor was just a game changer.
yeah.
Sorry, I got something on my throat for flying
No, you're
types.
good. Yeah, I think I that my like the kid in me was like Arceus was like so cool,
Yeah.
like he's
Me
so
too.
ridiculous. And then playing Legends Arceus, I definitely liked like the old setting, like giving more lore to all of it, and
Yeah.
then finally like fighting him. But I think I just think it's a disservice not to represent
Yeah.
Staraptor on this one.
And I think when it comes to these tier lists, I'm thinking in a different mindset. I'm trying to think of like not maybe probably not all variables, but I'm trying to think about more variables than just the look and the stuff like that, and just sentiment as well. Obviously our
Yeah.
sentiment has made us pick certain Pokemon, but for the most part,
Mhm.
I try and have an even playing field for them all and how
Yeah,
they
definitely.
represent like what they are. So like Staraptor representing the bird Pokemon, and Gen
Mhm.
4 Staraptor is just a game changer. So I think there's something to that.
Yeah. Yeah, the Staraptor started the trend of like making sure that each generation has like its own,
Good bird.
early bird,
Yeah.
early route bird, and it does it very well. And
Yeah.
it's like just weighing in that, like he was sick and he was in the anime, right? I
I'm
stopped
sure he
watching it
was.
for
Yeah, I
Gen
did
4.
too,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
but he's just sick. He really is. So I'm happy giving it to him.
Let's do
Really
it.
quick,
Yep.
check that picture of Beta Arceus and let me know what you think.
What in God's name is that?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like it because I like how like it just feels like so mystique and I don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah, I would have to. It's probably an acquired taste at this point now that regular Arceus
Yeah,
is all that I know. But
Hmm.
yeah, I definitely say Staraptor, and we move on
Hmm.
to fire.
I am down for that. All right. Fire type.
Okay,
Okay.
not a whole lot to
So,
pick from.
but a lot of good picks, in my opinion.
Well, for me, I like Magmar more than Magmortar.
Hmm.
So that kind of cancels Magmortar for me. Rotom, fire version of Rotom, pretty cool. I've just never
Oh,
been a huge fan of Rotom.
hmm.
Um,
That's fair.
I know in a previous tier list I stated something about Infernape and how I really like Infernape. He's probably like one of my favorite fire
Hmm.
type starters.
Yep.
Um, and then Heatran, I was never a huge fan of his design, but he was always fun to use.
He's really good. But
Yeah,
I'm okay with picking Infernape. He's not my favorite fire starter, but I definitely think he's really cool. It's a
yeah,
good line in general.
it is.
Like Chimchar, Monferno, Infernape. Like it's just a
Mm-hmm.
solid line all
A
the way through.
perfect lineage of evolution.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really strong.
Mm-hmm.
Rotom Heat's pretty. He's pretty cool. I think there's better versions of Rotom by
Yeah, me
as
too.
far as especially competitively. But
Mm-hmm.
Rotom Heat's definitely it's pretty cool. It's a
Yeah.
cool gimmick.
I just
But
don't
I'm
like the
happy.
pink on Magmortar.
Yeah, that's fair.
Don't like
He's a
it.
little goofy.
Yeah.
I like some of the other Evos a lot better, so I'm happy with not even really talking about them.
Okay. Well,
All right,
seems like
Infernape it
you
is,
picked
right?
Infernape.
Mhm. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. All right,
All right. We
this is a pretty good list
have.
right here.
I want to give a quick shout out to Luminion. Not gonna want to pick it, but
Hmm.
there's a really nice Pokemon card I have of Luminion. It's an alternate
Oh,
art card, so it's like a lot more rare to pull, and it's just a
really?
beautiful artwork. Yeah, so maybe like it a little more, but as far
Mm,
as what we're looking at, would not pick Luminion, obviously.
gotcha.
Um,
So on this one, I really like Empoleon.
I do too. I think Water
Um,
Steel, good typing.
really good
Cancels
typing.
out grass, cancels out fire.
Hmm.
Electric, obviously,
Yeah,
like
it's
really good typing.
it is. He's a really cool design. I like
Hmm.
penguins in the first place, so.
Yeah, he's like the coolest looking emperor penguin you could ever look at.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think that's my pick, but I'll talk about some others.
Hmm.
Weasel. Uh, what does he evolve into? Why am I forgetting his name?
Floatzel.
Floatzel. Yeah, Weasel and Floatzel. Like, I kind of like them, but I don't really love them.
No, I
Um.
do remember I did use Weasel and Floatzel in my first playthrough, and like
Mhm.
Aqua Jet came in clutch sometimes. But other than that,
Yeah,
I feel like Floatzel gets outclassed by a lot of things.
yeah. Like
Um,
I do like them, but I don't like love them. You know what I mean?
no, yeah, no attachment.
Um. Mhm. Gastrodon. I really like at the Gastrodons,
I
both of them.
I like them. I just have no attachment. Like I know at least at some point competitive they were very viable
Hmm.
for defensive walls. Um, and like muddy water that was kind of a cool thing they introduced. I just hate how
Yeah.
like it's literally like surf but just a little worse.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. I also feel like there's better water and I guess ground types than
Yeah.
Gastrodon.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. What else here? Rotom
Obviously,
Wash.
yeah, Rotom Wash. I think Rotom Wash is one of my favorites.
He's my favorite. I think
Yeah.
he's also the most viable competitively as well.
Okay. Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
ignorant to Rotom and competitive, but I will
mm,
take your word for it.
and then the only other one, honestly, in this category that I like a lot is surprisingly Mantike.
Really?
Yeah, it's almost like in that same category
A
as Steel for
steal.
me.
Yeah, I could see
It's
that
just
coming.
yeah. I think the little thing is adorable, and I just like him.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
just seems like a nice little guy.
So, what are your thoughts on Palkia?
Um, I think this generation hit really strong with legendaries, and I really think like Palkia is my least favorite of
Yeah,
most of the
I agree.
big stage
I think
legendaries.
it's pretty unanimous that Dialga is the favorite over Palkia.
Yeah, over Palkia, and then
Yeah.
we'll get on to
Yeah,
like
well,
just
yeah, I know
all
what
the
you're thinking
legendary.
of.
Yeah,
I know exactly what
yeah.
you're thinking of.
It's just
I'm cool picking. I feel like we kind of share the same sentiment about Empoleon.
yeah. I really.
Again, I hate to pick starters like we did last gen,
I mean, it's
but
just to me it makes sense on this because the Pimplup is okay. He was annoying in the anime, and then I think it's Primplup or whatever. I don't know what
Primplup,
the middle
yeah,
one. Yeah, I don't really like it. And just Empoleon's he's sick. I
he is
love the
sick.
Trident.
Mm-hmm.
Water Steel, like you said,
Yeah,
awesome typing. I think he's actually the only Water Steel to this day.
probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
So I'm happy with picking it.
Yeah,
A solid pick. Honestly, if I were to, I'm probably gonna say because let's move on to grass. I think like the final Evos, this one to me puts up a better fight across the board than I think any other generation.
yeah, I
Just
agree.
because,
I know personally. Are we moving on to grass yet? Is that what we're
yeah,
doing?
yeah. Let's
Okay,
move on to grass.
because I know personally when I got, I think Pokemon. Unfortunately, Pokemon Pearl was the game that I got. So like I
Mm,
never used Dialga. It was always Palkia. But I remember when I got the game, when I saw the starters, like the leaks and everything,
hmm
Torterra was the coolest looking thing to me, and I picked Turtwig. And
hmm
you know, as much as I love Infernape, I also although I think Infernape's the coolest fire starter, I also think Torterra is the coolest grass starter.
Yeah, I was just about to say. I think Torterra is one of the few grass starters that I look at and like I'm like
That's
that thing is
tough.
awesome. Like
Yeah.
yeah. To me it kind of like almost took Venusaur's kind of like the vibe of Venusaur, like
Mm-hmm.
the quadrupedal, like big
Yep.
tanky thing, and it like really kind of like perfected it, and it's just a cool Pokemon, dude. I
Yeah.
love the tree on the back. I love the spikes, like the almost like the landscape across his back because he's
Mm-hmm.
grass
I love
grounds.
it.
It's it's really hard to not pick him, but
It is,
let's talk about
but
what.
there's also a
Oh,
lot of good picks here, in my
yeah,
opinion.
there is, and
Um,
I'm okay with talking about them.
okay, so Roserade, obviously. I think
Yes,
Roserade is amazing. I
I
think a
love
very
Roserade.
good evolution from Roselia. I think,
hmm
I think they nailed it. I like the little
hmm
bob cut haircut they gave her.
Yep. I
um,
I love the shiny too.
I'm not familiar with what color is the shiny.
Uh, I honestly I forget about the body just because I like what they did with the roses so much.
Yeah.
So one hand turns gray, one
Mm-hmm.
roses turn gray, and the other ones turn like a perfect mixture of the red and blue to like a
Oh,
purple.
nice.
But yeah, it's so sick.
Yeah, I like that.
hmm
Um, Obama Snow, pretty cool.
Yeah,
But I don't have any kind of attachment or anything.
no,
I always thought his snow warning was kind of annoying, to be honest. Like
yeah,
to fight against.
it's
Well, honestly, even when you have him, like it's annoying, like throwing him out there, and then you got to go through the animation of it starting to snow and just waste time, and
mhm.
you're just like, ugh. But
Yeah. I will say, just I don't know if you know, but in Gen 9 now they've actually made it so the snow is better, so it kind of performs like like sandstorm for ice types now. Like
okay,
so it buffs their I think their special defense. It like one and a halves it just like
oh,
sandstorm does the rock types now.
nice.
So it's basically it's made him more viable because he's one of few um
Snow
Pokemon that
warning
can set up
Pokemon.
the snow. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Um, Tangrowth, not a huge fan. Think it's kind of ugly. Um,
I like
Leafeon, I love Leafeon.
I love Leafeon
I
as well. I was
love
gonna say
Leafeon. One
I
of
was
my
gonna say
favorites.
he's probably 3 or 4 for me.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard because I have like my distinct two favorites, and then the next three kind of flip flop around depending
Mm-hmm.
on the day. But he's up there for sure.
Yeah.
It's I don't love Rotom Mo. It's
Eh.
one of my lesser favorites. And
Yeah.
then Shaman is cool, but I don't know. I never really loved him. I the Sky form's kind of cool,
I
but
I I liked how, and obvious. Well, in my case, I'm sure there was an event. I can't remember, but like when I used my action
yeah,
replay to when you get out of Victory Road and then you got to go to the right
mhm,
and like to get to them, I thought was really
mhm.
cool. Like
That
you
was
go
cool.
through that little what is it? Like not a forest, but a pasture almost, like a pasture path.
Of all the flowers,
Yeah,
right?
all the flowers. That's right.
Mm,
And then you get to the end and you see Shaman there. I thought that was really cool, and
it
I
was.
really like Shaman's other form too.
Yeah, the sky form. I think
Yeah,
that's
Sky
from the
form.
movie.
Yeah.
I do as well. I like, so I guess I would consider Shaman Sky, Leafeon, and Torterra. Like I like Roserade, but I think he can put a fair fight up in poison, so I don't think I could
Okay.
put him over
Ooh,
Torterra.
yes, yes. Good recommendation. As much as I love Leafeon, I think Torterra, they nailed the grass starter when it comes to Torterra.
Like I don't like Grottle that much, but I
No.
like Turtwig a lot.
Yeah, I love
I think it's
Turtwig
a good.
and
Mhm.
Torterra for sure.
Yeah, Torterra. It's one of the few like I'm not. I don't think I've ever picked a grass starter honestly in any of my
Mm-hmm.
playthroughs. Um, like obviously I've like restarted the game to trade it to myself a couple of times just to have all three of them in my
Right.
game,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's never like my pick. But
Mm-hmm.
Torterra he's probably one of my favorites, honestly.
Easily.
Yeah. So
I'm
I'm gonna
picking them.
click on him and
And
I'm
we're
gonna be
moving
happy
on.
about it.
Yep.
All right, electric type.
Okay. Okay. Here,
hmm
I have a clear favorite.
I do as well.
Electivire.
Yes, mine as well.
I think his design is sick. I think Electabuzz is already cool looking, but they
Mhm.
nailed it with Electivire.
They definitely did. I think he's one of my favorite for sure. Like glow ups of a Gen two
Yes,
Pokemon or early Gen.
arguably the coolest. He fighting electric or just electric?
Unfortunately, he's just electric. If he was
Well,
fighting electric, that would have been so sick.
yeah, I was thinking that because I was about to say he's arguably one of the coolest designed pure electric types there are.
Yeah.
So I don't really think we need to waste any more time here. I mean, Magnezone, cool evolution for
Mhm.
Magneton, but never. I just wasn't a huge fan of its design.
Mhm.
Pachirisu, cute little thing,
Fun fact:
Luxray.
I think Pat Chorizo won a world championship once.
It did. I
Did
watched that video. Yeah.
did you? Okay.
Yep, I
Yeah.
watched
So
that video.
cool
Um,
fun fact, but not enough to vote for it.
nah. Luxray, cool looking design.
hmm
Um, but I don't know. I don't have any attachment to Luxray.
Yeah. I
Um,
know a lot of people love it. I think
yeah.
if it was Electric Dark, it would probably jump up a lot to me.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it was just kind of like they took the idea of Manectric and they like just tried to make it cool, and then they just left it Electric type, so it's kind of underwhelming.
To be honest, I thought Luxray was Dark Electric.
It's not. It's just pure
What?
Electric. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that makes it even less cool to me, unfortunately.
hmm
Um,
Unfortunately,
yeah, I think we pick Electivire and move on.
I'm happy. I do love Rotom, but
Yeah, cool, I
it's not
guess.
as cool to me.
Nah.
All right.
Ice.
All right. There's a lot of
This is
good to
tough.
me. Yeah, to me, there's a lot of good ones here, honestly.
Yeah, this is tough. I know ultimately in Gen 2 we voted Sneasel over Piloswine.
Mm.
Um, trying to figure out the sentiment I have between them two, but I know Glaceon. I also love Glaceon. Um,
Go. To me, I thought I have I kind of flip flop between Glaceon and Leafeon as far as my positioning. They're like some of the two that are in the middle. That
right,
because I like Ice type way much more than Grass type.
but I like
But as far
Leafeon
as
a little more than Glaceon.
I think design wise, I do, but I still do love Glaceon.
Mm-hmm.
So
All evolutions are solid at the end of the day, at least
yeah,
solid.
yeah,
Um, Abomasnow, I don't know. I wouldn't consider him in this mix. This mix is
no,
too good. Like Frostless, I think is a really good alternate
I
evolution.
I do
Um,
like
I
Frostlass a
like
lot.
Frostless
It's
better than Glalie.
by far, yeah.
Um,
Ice Ghost, it's a cool
cool
typing.
typing. So for me, it would be between Frostless, Weevil, and Mamoswine.
Yeah, those are the four I'm looking at as well. I do Rotom Frost, it's a cool typing electric ice.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of two ever,
What's the other one?
but one of the fossils from Gen 8,
Oh, okay.
but it's just I wish it was better as far as like stat distribution because
Yeah,
electric ice is such a nasty like offensive
it
combo. But
is.
but
Um, Dang, this is tough.
yeah, it is. I to me I do like Weavile, but I feel like it's not like a huge jump up from
It's
Sneasel
not.
to me.
Yeah, it's not.
So I think it's probably the first one I'd bump off this list.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's hard because Mammoth Swine is such an improvement over.
Very much so.
And then, but I love Glaceon. I really do. Like it might be my third favorite EV, but I don't know.
I think personally, like I
Mm,
know for a fact, I like Espeon, Umbreon, and Jolteon more than Glaceon.
do you?
And
Okay.
I know for a fact right off the bat, and I would have to like look at all of them. Like Sylveon,
Sylveon
probably
is my
top.
second
Like
favorite.
yeah, I was about to say Sylveon's my second favorite. So
Mhm.
yeah, I think taking that into consideration and with how tough of a pick this is for us, I think I would knock Glaceon out of this too.
Would
Um,
you? Okay.
yeah,
See, for me, it's like it's a clear cut Umbreon Sylveon, and then
me
for
too.
my
And
third
then
position, it's literally a constant like battle between
yeah,
Espeon,
depends on the day.
Glaceon, yeah,
Yeah.
and Jolteon.
Um, I don't know, man.
I
I'm thinking the mammoth.
I am as well. It's such a good improvement to that line that
It
I'm happy
is.
with doing it.
Yep.
It
Let's
and
do it.
it's yeah, I'm happy with that 100%. Maybe fine. Okay,
All right, let me
so
move over. So this is fighting types,
fighting
and
type.
I'm pretty sure I know what's gonna be the victor here.
This is gonna like sound kind of surprising, but I'm not really like a huge fan of Lucario. Like I shouldn't say that. I like Lucario, but I know a lot of people are like, I love Lucario. He's one of my favorites.
He's
He's
not
really
one
not.
of my favorites or anything,
Mhm.
but I do think in this lineup, especially since we already picked
He's the strongest.
Infernape, he's the
Yeah,
strongest and he is my favorite, compared to Toxicroak. I actually do think is really cool, but
it is
and
cool.
even Gallade, but I think he trumps those two for me.
Yeah, he definitely does. He definitely does for me. Like I
And
still don't understand the steel typing, honestly.
I don't
I mean,
either. I
it's
feel like he
cool
should have
though.
been like fighting Dark maybe
Yeah,
or
that would have been
something
a.
like that, but yeah, I
Mm,
don't understand the steel.
that's okay. I mean, I'm cool with picking him. I think
I
everybody
think
that watches this would
would
agree.
pick.
So,
Yeah. So
all right,
Lucario it is, and now
that's
we
easy.
are off to Rose.
Poison,
Well, I don't know, this is tough because I really like Drapion.
skunky.
I really like Drapion.
Drapion is very cool.
Um,
I I
but
wish that he was still bug type. I feel like if he was a dark, the first dark bug, that would have been cool,
yeah.
or poison bug. But I guess I get the poison dark. It's a cool type.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know. For this, it'd be between that and Roserade.
Yeah, those are my only two in this one that I'm like, yeah.
What are you thinking?
I think I like Roserade more just because, like I said, grass is usually one of my least favorite types. But I
Mm-hmm.
like if I have the opportunity to put a grass type on my team, this is probably one of my highest choices.
That's a very good assessment. Before you even said Roserade, I'd put my cursor over it. So
Okay,
yeah, let's pick Roserade. I
nice.
think it's well
All right,
deserving.
definitely. We're powering through this list.
We
Jeez,
are. Well, we spent probably 10 minutes on normal type, so
we did, we
evens
did.
out. All right, ground
Ground type.
type. Oh
This
gosh.
is insanely difficult.
Oh gosh. Okay, well we picked Torterra, so that's good. Um.
And Mammoth, but I don't think he would have been in the conversation on
Oh
this lineup.
gosh. Oh man, Hippowdon is so epic. I think that's such an epic Pokemon. I think
Mhm.
Rhyperior is amazing.
Gliscor.
Gliscor is
Oh
amazing.
my
And
god, I love
obviously, you
Gliscor.
know I love Garchomp.
Garchomp,
Um,
yeah. I love Gibble
Golly,
too a lot.
yeah,
I think Gibble is amazing.
Gibble just nibbling around.
He's probably one of my favorite like entry, like a first stage pseudos.
Yeah, yeah, I like them. Ooh, man,
Yeah,
I
I
I think I know what I would pick still though. Like,
I don't I kind of almost want to just like come back to ground and like look at the dual typings that we know.
well, yeah, I'm glad you said
But
that because the one I would pick, I think I'd actually it would probably be easier picking it for something else.
yeah, because like I'm looking at this, I'm like, I know Garchomp's dragon, but I don't know if Garchomp can win in the dragon. I know Gliscor's flying.
And
It
we
might win
picked
in flying.
flying. Well, we picked flying already, right?
No, flying's next.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
And then Rhyperior's rock, so he probably could win that one.
That's what I would pick for this.
Yeah.
But because yeah, that's what I was saying. Like he could probably win another category.
hmm
I need a peek at Dragon real quick.
I'm telling you, he
Holy
does.
crap!
Yeah. Yeah. No. I just don't even have to
I
click on it,
think
and I
we
just
need to
know.
pick Garchomp for this.
Yeah. This. I almost like Gibble more than Garchomp. Like I'm probably gonna get a bunch of hate for
I
that.
think
But
Gibble's a little guru, like a cute little guy, but Garchomp, like to me, like
yeah.
I don't know when Gen 4 hit, Garchomp was my favorite dragon type
Yeah. Yeah.
at this point.
Garchomp goes hard,
Yeah.
and
And he's
just the
just
battle with Cynthia
strong.
too.
Yes, and
Yeah.
Cynthia's Garchomp. Heck, dude, yeah, we gotta pick Garchomp for ground.
Yeah. I'm happy with that.
Let's do it.
All
Although
right.
his shiny sucks, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But
Awful.
yeah, but all right, flying.
Flying type.
Okay, I have something that beats Gliscor.
Do you? I do
Yes.
as well, but I think it can win in a different one. Possibly.
Ooh, oh yeah, I know what yours would be then, but mine would be on Mega.
You like Yanmega more than
I
Gliscor.
love Yon Mega, and I don't know why. I don't know why I do. I just do. He's like
Well,
this big bug insect.
I mean, there you go.
Oh,
You said he's a big bug.
tee hee, Gliscor it is. Tee hee hee. Real quick, what do we got?
Yeah.
Scraptor, Vespiquen, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't it annoying getting a Vespiquen
Yeah,
with
you
the
need to get a
honey
female
and
Combi.
yeah, and the chances of a female are low, right?
I believe so, yeah. I
Um,
think the honey's worst, if I remember correctly, I think the worst thing to get in the honey was a Munchlax.
gotcha. Um,
I
but
mean,
I mean,
I
there is
I could give it the
Togekiss and
Mantike if
Shaman
you want.
here.
What is it?
Togekiss,
I love
I
Togekiss.
like
That's probably my
Togekiss.
pick.
I like Togekiss. I didn't even see that at first.
Yeah, that was my pick for
Oh, okay.
what could win in another type.
What is it? Fairy now?
Yeah, it's very fine.
Hmm. Then I would say then between all this, you don't share the same sentiment I do with Yamega, and that's completely understandable. I would say probably Gliscor. But then there's Drifblim too, and Drifblim is unique.
hmm
But I don't know. I like Gliscor the most, I think.
I think Gliscor
Yeah.
is a sick
It's a
evolution.
cool flying scorpion thing.
He's flying
And
ground too. That's such a good typing.
yeah, that is. I think he's deserving of this.
Yeah.
Let's do
I
it.
will I will throw a last minute if Mantike wants to win. I will throw it out there. I'm not mad at clicking on Mantike right now either.
Um, but here's my issue. Mantike looks like something that I would eat.
Throw it on a sushi roll.
I would cook that thing up, and I would go to town.
That's fair.
I
That's
would
fair.
get a javelin, and if I saw it in the water, I'd
Switch.
spear it, and then
Spearfish it?
yes, and then I would put it on the grill and eat it.
No. Poor Mantike.
Gliscor looks like he would get a javelin, spear me out the water, and eat me. So for
I
that reason,
yeah.
I think Gliscor
Yeah.
is deserving.
That's okay. We won't get a cutesy pick on
No
this
cutesy pick
generation.
this time. But
Okay.
now we are off the psychic, and I have a clear 1,000,000% winner,
Hmm.
and that would be Cresselia.
Yeah, I look at this.
I love Cresselia.
Mhm. I remember. So I got this. I got Pokemon Diamond right when they
Mm-hmm.
came out, and this is kind of where I'd stopped playing for a
As
while.
much.
Yeah, so I wasn't playing as much, but I remember I think at the time I went to like this after school thing for elementary school there, and
Yeah.
I was just this kid was sitting in the corner on his DS playing, and I went over and he was doing the little event to capture Cresselia, and I was like, I'd never seen that thing. What is? And oh, it like enthralled me. I thought it was so cool looking, and
Yeah.
I've loved it since this day.
Yeah, I love
So,
the different colors.
hmm
The whole lunar moon like kind of vibe it's got going on. Like I
hmm
it's
and it feels like
strong.
it is. It's so bulky,
Mm-hmm.
especially like it's insane.
Yeah, I think it's a clear winner, and like with the I don't know what you would call Mesprit, Uxie, and Azelf, like what kind of
I just
Pokemon they are, but you know
They're
how
legendaries. I just
yeah,
don't
they're
like them.
legendaries, but you know how I described them when I was talking about the
The
Reggies? Like,
Reggies.
yeah, they just
Yeah,
kind of feel like for the work you put in, you would think you would be finding something a little cooler.
yeah,
So, you know, I think this is a pretty clear winner here.
yeah. And besides, Cresselia is the the half of one of my favorite Pokemons this generation. Anyways, so
Okay, well, I guess I'll find out what you're talking about later.
yeah.
But yeah,
Or at least I consider it like the other legendary equivalent of this thing. But
gotcha.
let's get in the bug. Let's get in the bug.
Okay. Bug.
Kricketune
Shout out
for
to
that goofy
Cricketune for the
cry.
cry. Yep.
Mhm.
Diddity whoop. Uh, Burmy looks like something
I
that,
hate that thing.
you know, Burmy looks like something that, you know, maybe every 1 out of 1,000 days I would, you know, get up off the toilet and I would see it in the water.
All three variants.
All three variants. Uh, Wormadam, you
I
know,
don't like it.
the last part of its name is what I say when I see it, and not in a good way.
No. I
Um,
do like Motham. I think he's pretty cool.
Motham's yeah, he's all right. Not nothing
Yeah.
special, but
That's
like you can
no.
respect it.
Yeah.
Um, but you know, for me, I think this is a clear winner. Even I think
Mhm.
even for you, it would be.
Yeah. The only thing other here that I do like is Scoreepy has a very, very nice shiny, but not
Oh, okay.
anywhere near as enough for me to care and
Yeah,
not pick Yamega.
yeah. Sorry, Skaroopy, we don't care about you.
We really
So,
don't.
Yanmega gets our vote.
Hmm.
Rock type, I know what wins this, but um, not Cranidos. What's its evolution? Rampardos.
Rampardos?
Yeah, I
Mm.
do love Rampardos. Bastiodon, you know, he's cool. You know,
Yeah.
Wall.
Probopass.
Probopass. I
Sick.
don't even want to. You said sick?
He's insane.
Huh? Yeah, you better start giggling. I don't
Oh, what
want. I don't want to look
dude,
at this thing.
he's a giant magnet, and to give him like a beard because he has like a man face, it's like the little iron shavings that's in the soil. That's kind of cool.
You got a point. I didn't even like put two and two together with that design. I literally thought it was
Yeah.
just hair.
No, no, no. It's the little iron shavings.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, I don't really love him as more of a meme, but like it's
Right.
still kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, I still don't really want to look at him anymore. So let's pick
No,
Rep
no.
here.
Yeah, definitely an awesome Evo.
I think he. I think I've stated this before, but coolest like add-on evolution for a Pokemon, like one of them.
Yeah,
So,
one of them for sure.
although I don't really like its shiny, I think they could have picked a different color.
Hmm.
You know, but you know it's whatever. All right,
I'm happy with it.
Ghost type.
Okay.
This is difficult.
For me, it's really not, but
Well, I say difficult because I always try and wane off of picking a legendary. I think
I.
Spiritomb, very cool gimmick that's very useful. It's
Mhm.
not just a gimmick that you can potentially happen to use in a fight. You know, it's happening every fight. So
Mhm.
I think that's cool. Miss Magius, I think, was an amazing evolution off of Mischievous.
Yeah,
Dusk Noir, I think, also a good evolution, but to me, I would rather use. And again, I bring it up every episode or whatever you want to call these
Eviolite.
things, but the Eviolite on Dusclops, I think, is just the most crack thing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, let's pick Giratina, but which form?
Origin form for me.
That's the right one, right?
Yeah, the snake one.
See,
Dude.
I'm on the other
It,
end of the spectrum with this.
I like them both a lot. I don't know. To me, like Giratina is supposed to be like the devil, right? And to
Mm-hmm.
me, the way that those claws look on his back and just like his face, and then like you remember, have you seen like his fight, like the intro in Platinum?
Um, are you talking about like when you're loading the game in, or what are you
No,
talking about?
like when you go, because don't you go to like fight him in the what is it, the shadow world
Yeah,
or whatever,
yeah,
the
you do.
and then and like you see like his like the outline of his face like flash on your DS
Oh yeah,
screen,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then like
yeah. I know what you're
oh
talking
my
about.
god,
Yeah,
dude.
that is cool.
Yeah. It,
Yeah, I'm down. I don't have a. I love Gear. Like I love his original form, and I love both forms, but I don't
mhm.
have any like. I don't have any like super strong sentiment to pick the original over the origin, so I'm cool with the origin. I think both are
Mhm.
amazing. So
Have you beat Legends Arceus?
I honestly can't. I know I got really far. I don't know if I did everything, but I feel like I.
Did you? This might be a huge spoiler, so I won't say it if
Well,
you don't want me to.
I lost my copy of it. I don't think I'm gonna rebuy it
Gonna.
anytime
Oh,
soon.
okay. So at the very end, pretty much, almost of like the actual story,
Hmm.
you fight Volo, the guy with
I
the.
fought him.
Did you fight him?
I
Okay.
did fight
Now, do
him.
you remember when you fight all six of his Pokemon, and then he goes, "Hang on," and he whips out regular
Yes,
Giratina.
dude. Yeah.
Then
Wait,
you
wait, wait.
kill what?
I. Yeah, I remember when I fought him, and I thought it was the most epic battle in any Pokemon game. I just can't remember
Yes.
exactly what had happened.
So you fight him, and he has basically almost Cynthia's team, but like actually
Yes.
competitively like a viable version, and it's
Right.
hard.
And he was a
And
hard fight. I was surprised.
uh-huh. So then after fighting them without a break, he
You got to
throws
fight
out
again.
regular Giratina,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and then you kill regular Giratina,
Then
and he goes,
okay.
"Hang on," and then Origin Giratina
Yep.
comes out.
Yep. I
So
forgot
and
about that.
it's just it's so sick.
Dude, I think that's the sickest fight in any Pokemon game, even over Red.
I would agree. Yeah,
Because
I
I
think
think
so.
everything they shouted out in a sense, like they shouted out Cynthia, but made him more
Mhm.
viable with like better moves and stuff. And then like,
Yeah,
dude, oh my gosh, it makes me want to buy it just to fight him again.
yeah. No,
Because he was
that's
also such a mysterious character the whole time. So like
the
you
whole
get to that
time.
point and you're just like, dude, what?
Hmm.
Like I literally like my mouth was gasping like was literally when I was fighting him. Like I'm not even
Oh
saying
yeah.
this for the video. Like I was literally like dismayed. I was like, "Oh my gosh, dude."
Yeah, it took me it when you like fight him and you're like, oh my god, that was hard, and
Yeah.
then the Giratina gets whipped out, you're like, what?
Yes,
And then the fact that you finally take out Giratina, and
you
then
got to fight him again.
Origin form comes out, and you're like, oh okay, all right,
Cuz they've never done anything
insane.
like that with a trainer because like,
No.
obviously a lot of kids play this game, so like they don't
Mm,
make these games super difficult, but for them
mm-mm.
to put that in that game was like
Oh,
mind-blowing.
it was so good.
Of
And
dude, oh man,
I
that
gotta click on it.
makes me want to play again. Yeah, we're clicking that, and we're
All
moving on
right.
to Dragon, and ooh,
So I think I like Giratina more than Dialga.
I do too. And we technically could pick the other form,
Yeah,
but I'll
but
leave that
I
up to
think
you.
I think Dialga can win Steel type though, right?
Yes.
So yeah, other form Giratina.
Yep. Sorry guys. Hopefully y'all aren't mad at this decision, but I think it's definitely
Yeah,
appropriate.
yeah. Besides, Giratina shiny is absolutely insane, anyways, and it
Mm-hmm.
trumps the other two shiny by far as well.
Yep. And get ready to pick another legendary on this one.
Oh yeah, favorite Pokemon in this gen, I think, right there.
Really.
Yeah,
I think arguably it would have to be mine too.
yeah. It's I love the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I love Darkrai. It's such a sick design.
what's his move? What's it called?
Oh, I think it's Dark Void or
Dark
something like
Void,
that.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
OP.
yeah. I love. And then he's got the Bad Dreams ability just to work into.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Oh
my
man,
gosh,
so good.
I love Darkrai.
All right, Steel
Steel.
Dialga. Dude, I
Dialga.
feel so bad picking a bunch of
I,
legendaries.
dude, if you look at our list, it just looks like a little kid because we've literally just chosen the most powerful one in every category, basically.
Dude,
Hey,
people are
that's
gonna
what Gen
see
4 did right.
people
That's
are
what
gonna
they did right.
see this video. Like anyone who's watching this video and hasn't watched any of the other ones, they're gonna think we are literal like twerps. Like,
Okay, hang on. Hang on. I have a compromise then.
okay,
Let's go back to ground and pick Gibble. And then in
and
Dragon, we put
Garchomp.
Garchomp.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. I'm down for that.
All right, I am as well. Because I love
Okay,
Gibble.
I feel better now.
I do. I feel a
Now
little
we
bit
can
better.
pick Dialga in a piece.
Yes.
Awesome.
Dialga. Very tight.
Very
All right,
tight.
that's very easy. I hate that thing, and I love this other one.
Yeah, let's do it.
Toga
Starter.
Kids.
Starter. Are we gonna
Starter.
roll through this one too? I think. Yeah. For me, it would be Torterra.
Would it be Torterra? I don't know. I
Even
like to
over
me.
Empoleon. But I mean, we can play rock paper scissors on this.
We might have to. Honestly, I like all three of them about equally. That's why I
Here,
think this.
how
What?
about this? How about we take into consideration what you said about Torterra? How you rarely
Yeah.
like the grass starters, and you feel like
Yeah.
they did a really amazing job with Torterra. You know, because
Okay.
there's plenty of good water starters.
There is. We haven't given it to a grass one
We
yet, and I don't
haven't,
think
and I think
there's
that's
only going to
worth
be probably
something.
there's only going to be one other gen that I think a grass starter is even going to compete.
Is that
So
9?
no.
Okay. Well,
So
keep me on my
I,
toes
I
then.
keep you on your toes. All right. Torterra.
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 Okay.
Gimmick form.
Gimmick forms.
Uh,
Lopunny, Gallade. I don't
I
like Garchomp's really.
I don't like Garchomps. I know
Um,
people like Mega Lucaria, but I don't think he's like that much crazier than
no, I
regular.
think Mega Bomba Snow looks pretty cool.
I think I'd give it the Mega Gallade, honestly. But I don't really care. I have no really.
I don't care. Yeah,
I
I just
don't at
don't
all.
care.
Honestly, I think we just do a meme pick and pick Lopunny.
Meme pick it is. Hello, little
Meme
bunny.
pick. Mm-hmm. All right. So
Legend.
legendary. Oh my god.
Okay. So this means we can't pick Darkrai.
Um, the way I'm looking at this, it's like
Do you think this is where we pick Arceus?
I was gonna say because this literally the next two categories for me are gonna be a battle between the same two Pokemon. So I'm okay with just picking Arceus and just
I think
so that way he
Arceus
gets
definitely
pick.
deserves a spot somewhere.
Yeah,
So
definitely. This is
let's
an
do it.
appropriate spot.
Man, we're
Okay, so
rolling through
now
these
we're
last ones. Goodness.
I know.
All right. Favorite Pokemon of Gen 4.
And
So,
there's two. The same two I was contemplating last
so that would
category for me.
be Giratina and Darkrai.
Yeah, those are without a doubt some of the coolest designs I think they've ever made. Like
They
just as far as like
are.
hitting that like just edgy, cool, like sinister, like it's
They are. They are so cool, but I think Darkrai is amazing, but I think Giratina has literally one of the coolest designs of all Pokemon ever.
Mhm.
I really do. And I
Yeah.
think his world he lives in was such a cool concept and addition to this game.
Hmm.
I think, dude, I think it's
It's
hard
hard.
not to pick Giratina.
I know,
I'm
but
looking at
I
like the other non-legendaries too, just to look at them. Like
they're
Rhyperior,
great.
like
Like they're,
Rhyperior, I think for non-legendary would be my number one.
I would probably say either Torterra or Empoleon for me.
Okay,
To me, all of the everything on this page is above a 9 out of 10,
dude,
except for maybe Young Mega.
Dude, yeah, Gen 4's designs were
Very good.
arguably, I don't want to say pinnacle, because that makes it sound like it's a decline after this, because it's not. Like, because
Hmm.
you and I off camera had talked about how Gen 5 had the best story and
Yes.
probably arguably some of the best games,
Hmm.
overall.
We'll save it for the next one. Let's save it for
Yeah,
the.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't want to give too much away on
Yep.
our thoughts.
True.
But
Okay.
but
Um.
yeah, no, Gen 4. A lot of people do consider it like the pinnacle because
Yeah,
like
and I don't blame them.
everybody.
I don't blame them.
No, I don't either. It's it's an incredible generation.
Mm-hmm.
There's I think they got because there's a lot of like cross gen evos. They got rid of a lot of the fluff that you get from like 3 stage or
Yes,
2 stage,
that's a good
and so
point.
and like because if you like scroll through our list like for this gen right now, it's just a bunch of final stage like stick Pokemon. Like
It
that's all it
is
really
like
is.
when you look at this compared to the previous three.
Hmm.
I mean, this is a master class lineup. Like
Yeah,
this almost looks like a lineup of what potentially someone's overall every generation for each type would look like.
yeah. Honestly, like really,
So Gen 4, they knocked it out of the entire park. They knocked it out of every park
yeah,
simultaneously with their Pokemon
yeah.
designs.
Like I said, I look at the like our favorites tab right here, like everything that's pulled up, and literally there's only one Pokemon, which is Yon Mega, that's below a 9 out of 10
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me.
I agree. Well, I think we picked Giratina.
Yeah,
I think it's just
it's.
too good of a design to pass up.
I think personally, I like Darker better.
Really?
Like, yeah, to me, I think the movie gives me more attachment, but I
Okay.
don't know. It's 50-50
It
because
is. It is pretty close. I mean, although Giratina, I think is the one of the best designs. I do think Darkrai, it's not all about just the intricacies of the design. Because Darkrai, there's not a lot going on with his design, but it's just the fact that he looks so sinister and he was so different. Um, and just the fact that he was so hard to get. I don't know if you could even
yeah.
get him without an event or action replay.
Yeah, I
So
think it was the.
um,
I think we gotta give it to Giratina though. As much as like it
yeah,
hurts
he's
me,
iconic.
it's yeah. Like everybody loves Giratina.
I
Like literally,
agree.
the only thing that could have made Giratina cooler is if it was Pokemon like Pokédex number 666 in the national dex, which
True.
it's not, unfortunately. But
And just for the cherry on top, shiny form,
yeah, like I said, the shiny
amazing,
forms. Yeah,
amazing. So
yeah. And
I
then the fight
think,
with Bolo as well. Yeah,
yep,
he wins. He can
he
win for me.
100% wins, and that concludes our Gen 4 tier list by
Yeah,
type. And I
Gen
think
4.
I am happier with this lineup even than the last three. I think it's just been getting better and better.
Mhm.
This leaves me super excited for Gen 5.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm so excited for
and
what's to
then
come.
and then I'm also excited in a sense for 6 through 9 because after Gen 5, I didn't play as much. So I know
Mhm.
there's going to be Pokemon I'm not even thinking about and would have probably forgotten at this point.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what's in store for those videos that we'll make too.
Yeah, I think that's the most fun part is like clicking through everything and like
Hmm.
remembering a memory about this odd Pokemon
That's
that's not
exactly
really like
right.
yeah.
Yep, and that's happened to us a million times already with these
Mhm.
videos. We'll see something that brings a memory back, and then we go on a
Yeah.
5 minute tangent explaining why it's so nostalgic to us. I think there's something special
Mhm.
about that, and I know
Exactly.
almost everyone has experiences like that with probably every Pokemon.
Yeah,
So
that's the only thing about Gen 4 that like it kind of sucks for me because it's just like everything that is good in Gen 4 to me is just because it's like it's sick. You know what I mean? Like
right, it
it's
kind of
final
trumps.
form.
Yeah, it kind of trumps any nostalgia that you might have with it, just because it's so epic of a design and powerful and like,
Yeah.
yeah, I get that.
Yeah, like this list, like don't get me wrong, it's incredible for Gen 4, but it's like
Hmm.
I can look at the other ones and I'm like I see like more
You feel,
sentimental
yeah,
battle.
you feel more
And
warm feelings.
yeah, it's not like
Yes.
just a little like 8-year-old boy and he's like this one is
Yep.
cool,
Yep.
which Gen 4 is. That's what Gen 4
Oh,
is.
I think there's just something special about nostalgia. Like,
Yeah.
like when I look at Gen 1, I have a completely different feeling than when I look at anything else. There's just something special about Gen 1. There just
Yeah.
is. And I can't put my
Oh,
finger on it, but it's got to chalk up to nostalgia and just like this has to chalk up to like, when we were kids and just the
hmm.
feelings we had, how cool it was at the time, talking with our friends at school, trading
Yeah.
cards at school, like it just envelops like everything cool and awesome about Pokemon and how we grew up and what we experienced.
Yeah, definitely. And I really think to me, like just the memory of playing the game and what my team was, and then
Mm-hmm.
like it also like unlocks like the memories surrounding what was going on at the time.
Right.
So
Yeah.
like to me, like when I look at Latias, like I just remember like just being a little kid sitting on the couch watching that movie, and then
Yep.
like going into my room at night and like flipping open my SP and playing Ruby.
Yep. Yep. I that kind of like in a sense is similar to me like when I was playing probably Leaf Green or whatever on my little
hmm.
Game Boy or whatever SP I think
Hmm.
at the time or Game Boy Advance
Yeah.
how like I would have a bedtime and I remember
Hmm.
sometimes like I'd be in my room, my parents would be in the living room or whatever thinking I'm asleep and like I'd put my
Huh.
volume all the way down. I'd take it out from underneath my pillow and play. Then if I heard them coming towards my door, I'd put it back under my pillow,
Thrown under the pillow.
act like I'm dead asleep.
Yeah.
We snore.
Yeah, we snow. Or like, dude, do you? I had the Pikachu Game Boy Color, which I wish I
Oh,
still had to this
dude,
day.
I wish you
But
did too.
yeah, I don't, unfortunately. But did you have the little light that you could plug on the
Yes,
side so you
yes,
could
yes,
see,
yes,
dude?
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Oh my God.
Gosh, because the
Oh
screens were literally pitch black when
yeah.
you're trying to play at
Uh-huh.
nighttime.
There's no backlight. Oh
Nothing. Oh
gosh.
man, unlocking memories. That's
I
what
know.
nostalgia's about. That's what it
Yeah.
is. Like you said, you see a
Hmm.
Pokemon, it like triggers an event in your head, and then you start thinking about what you're doing at that time, and it's just a big big whole thing.
It is.
Um,
It is. Gen
but
4 was cool. That was the DS era in my life.
me too.
So that's
Yep.
that's kind of when I started to not play Pokemon as much, but it's still there's just the designs themselves speak for themselves. Like they don't even
Yeah.
really need nostalgia.
Yeah.
So it's it's a good generation. And it's been a good video.
Yeah, I think this is a good stopping point, a good point to conclude the video. I think, definitely full of tons of intriguing dialogue, a bunch of nostalgia we shared, a bunch of story
Mhm.
times that we had. I think,
Oh yeah.
definitely a fulfilling video. I couldn't be happier with this one. And
No, me neither.
I hope that Gen 5 goes even better. Even though I don't
Oh,
it's going to be hard, but I hope it does.
Gen 5, special place. Look forward to the next one, guys.
Yes, sir. Uh,
All right.
if y'all like the video, please be sure, to like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more. And we
Mm-hmm.
will see you next time.
See you guys. Peace out.